Imagine walking into a store to buy a shiny new pair of shoes. You pick out your favorite pair, and when you get to the counter, the price tag reads $100. But when you go to pay, the cashier asks for $115. The extra $15 is an example of a goods and services tax, or GST for short. GST is a comprehensive tax levy on manufacture, sale, and consumption of goods and services at a national level. It's a tax that consumers pay on the purchase price of certain goods and services. The idea is that this tax is eventually borne by the final consumer of the good or service. So if you're buying a pair of shoes, a portion of what you pay goes to the government in the form of a tax. To make this even simpler, think of it like a game of pass the parcel. The parcel starts at the manufacturer, who adds some tax and passes it to the wholesaler. The wholesaler adds some more tax and passes it to the retailer. Finally, the retailer adds their bit of tax and hands the parcel to the final consumer, which is you. The key here is that at each stage, the person who is passing on the parcel gets a refund for the tax they paid. This makes sure that the same goods are not taxed multiple times and that the tax burden is fairly distributed among all the players. Now, what are the key takeaways about GST? Firstly, GST is a consumption-based tax, meaning it's applied where the goods and services are consumed. It's the end consumer who bears the tax, not the businesses involved in the supply chain. Secondly, the GST system allows for the input tax credit, which helps avoid the cascading effect of tax or tax on tax. This means businesses can claim a credit for the tax they've paid on their purchases, which can be offset against the GST they need to pay on their sales. Thirdly, GST is a transparent tax system that reduces the number of indirect taxes. With GST, there's no hidden taxes and the cost of doing business becomes less. This, in turn, can lead to lower prices for consumers in the long run. And lastly, GST is a globally accepted system. More than 160 countries around the world have implemented a GST or VAT system, making it a universally accepted indirect tax system. So, the next time you're out shopping and notice that extra bit added to your bill, remember, that's your contribution to the goods and services tax. It's an essential part of our economy, contributing to public services and infrastructure that we all benefit from.